I'm Barb Pellow, and we're going to be talking about making the move to omni-channel services. What we're going to do today is you're going to hear from Chris Dubach, and Chris is going to talk to you about the strategies, the tools, and the techniques that Phoenix Innovate is using to support clients in every way to deliver a true omni-channel experience. I want to just take a second to talk about why getting into omni-channel is so important. If I'm a print service provider, your customers are all buying print, but in parallel, they're spending a whole lot of money on reaching their target markets across multiple channels. And when you look at the omni-channel market, that market is anticipated to have a 22.3% compound annual growth rate. And you want to be prepared to participate in a portion of that revenue growth. Those companies that are good at execution of an omni-channel strategy, they experience a 9.5% yearly revenue growth. You can't duck this one now.
Great way to put it. In the marketing world, there's a whole lot of assumptions that can get made. Oftentimes, the assumptions are what's holding them back. Research becomes a tool that takes assumptions out, and you get real actionable data. If you know how to read that data and use that data, then you get the start of an actionable plan. What can the data tell us about who we should communicate with, what that communication should look like, when that communication should happen? Data can tell you all that if you know what to do with it, if you know how to get there. The research really helps to drive the strategy. The strategy is just simply, what are we going to take from our own research or our own history with client, and how are we going to turn that into a full strategy of how to communicate and when to communicate? So strategy becomes your guiding principles, what we're doing, how we're doing it, where to go, when we're doing it. This is what the creative is going to look like. This is what we expect the results to be. This is how we're going to measure. That all falls into the strategy. I can't say it enough. Print continues to be, in our verticals, the number one communication channel. It has the highest rate of return. People still spend somewhere between 20 and 30 minutes a day reading their mail. They don't do that with digital. Do people really spend that much time reading their personal emails? No. So print is continued to be the best driver of communication. And when you can get into really persona building and get into very highly personalized print, it just gets even more powerful.
You can't duck the need to have multiple channels on, and you've got to be a participant in some way, shape, or form. Print is important. It delivers the highest ROI. But to the extent that you blend that print with other services, you're going to get a lot more margin and a lot more customer stickiness.